I want to be a K-pop star. Once you develop your style and get really good at it, people will pay you. We need to have more women Smurfs. This is where you could be great.
Hi, Evan.
How you doing, man? You look like you're freaking out.
Yeah, I've
Deep
been
breath.
waiting for deep breaths. Yeah.
Victor's been part of Movement Makers since July. It's been a while.
Oh, I forgot.
It's been a while. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've been trying to schedule this, but it hasn't happened. But here it is. It's happening right now. So what do you got, man? And how can I help?
I wanted to have like soon, like I want to have a business around like animation studios, but I've been trying out a lot of things. I've been drawing like animation stuff, but I don't know what to do yet, like specifically what to do yet with uh like the animations in the animation field. Like I just want to be involved in that kind of field. So I'm still figuring out what I'm like good at, like what can I offer, like the skills, like the skill set in there. Yeah, and Gary Vee is like talking about like getting close to the sun. Yeah, like about internship, like working for free. But I don't know what to do yet with like what I can offer, like what you said, and about like giving value. Like example, I want to work with like the like the famous animation studios. Always keep on bringing value, but I don't know what I can offer yet. Like I don't know what I'm like really like passionate about. Like I only love to draw, but in animating, like drawing frame by frame, I don't enjoy the process of like drawing frame by frame. I just enjoy drawing, but not the animating.
Okay. So don't animate.
Oh yeah. But in the like how can I like give value and like working for free in the like the animation field? Like I want to be involved in the like the animations. Like I
Okay, hold
want the
on.
concept of like
So why do you
anime.
want to be in the animation field if you don't like animating?
Oh, I want animes. Like I enjoy watching animes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I want to like I just want to be in the field, but in the animating itself, I don't enjoy in the animating. But I do
Great.
enjoy like drawing.
Just drawing. So
Yeah.
that's what you should do. You should be the illustrator, the person drawing, not the one doing animation.
Oh yeah. I don't really know yet like the specific roles in the animation, so I don't have any idea.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But you know what you don't like. And
Yeah.
it's good that you tried it. Listen, I've been following you. I've watched some of your stuff. I see the experiments popping up.
Yeah.
The recent one was funny. There was some like topless guy walking around behind you, and you're
Oh,
I don't know, is that your brother or your dad or somebody?
yeah, brother.
That was amazing. But like what's been great is you've been trying stuff. Everything that you post is slightly different. It's not the same as it was last week or the week before or the week before. You're experimenting with a whole bunch of things, which is great. So you've learned what you like, and that is drawing. You've learned what you don't like is you don't want to go frame by frame. So you don't want that to be the thing that you do. So now it's continuing to refine the drawing, figure out your style, and then think, how can you merge it? So if I'm you, I think about how do I merge drawing with anime with something else? Like what else are you interested in?
Oh yeah, I enjoy K-pop. I enjoy like music, motivation, like what you're doing, Gary Vee.
Well, so
Yeah.
this is this is where you can be great, right? Like, look, see here, let me show you this on my wall. Okay, so we've got the YouTube stuff, but oops, where am I going? Here, look at this one. This was this was drawn by a fan, right? He's an artist, and he made this is he made two versions of it, and it's my face, obviously. I'm looking pretty good, but behind is it's hard to see, but there's like it's a speech that I said. Know in your heart that there's someone out there who wants to say yes, and don't give up until you find them, right? Like I said, he took one of my transcripts from one of my videos and he turned it into this, right? And he you know made me kind of, I don't know, dripping. Yeah, I don't know. That's his style, right? It's realistic, but it's on top of a speech. And he sent me 2 copies. So one, when he did that, I immediately shared it, right? I shared it to my audience. And then he sent me 2 copies of it, and I framed one and put it on the wall. When people ask me about it, I can talk about it. And then he asked if I would sign one and send it back to him. So he has the same thing, but I signed it, and so he's got his version of it. You could be the best at that, of like drawing. If you love motivational speakers, for example, you love Gary Vee and me and Tony Robbins and Les Brown and like whoever the people are. If you turned us all into K-pop stars or into anime, like what does the Evan Carmichael anime character look like?
Oh yeah.
Like nobody's done that. I mean, people have drawn me, and people have done I have how many cartoon Evans are there? Right? I mean, like I have someone on my team, and that's what she does, is draw cartoon Evan. People ask me, what software you're using to make all your cartoons? Like, it's not a software; it's a human. Like there's somebody. And she did one drawing of me, and like, hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. Do you want a job? Like, you want to do more? Right? And she said, yeah. And so we do one a day, I think, on my Instagram that then goes to different accounts too. And so she came on the team to do that. Now, a lot of people on Instagram inside Thought Leadership are doing that too, where they have their own cartoons and it's cartoon them. You could do a version of it where it's now anime them or K-pop them. Yeah. Like what would Evan be K-pop or Evan be anime? But not a full 5-minute animation of me doing something, just me. Like one drawing, one picture. And so you're like, nobody's done that because you're mixing the worlds together to be unique.
Yeah, I've been doing that also. Like I also done like Gary Vee, like a cute version of him. Like it's super opposite of him. Like he's so aggressive, but I did like a cute one of him. Like
okay. Like bigger eyes, cute baby eyes. Yeah, but that's like so this is more experiments because your first ones won't be very good because you're still figuring out the style. So if you were to draw me or Gary or Tony or Oprah or whoever, like you pick people who you actually like. And then the more you do it, you'll start to develop your style of are they all babies? Are they all cute? Are they all big eyes? Are they all like what are they doing? What's the style? Right? So that like Simpsons has their style. And if they do a famous person on Simpsons, they get Simpsonized, right? Or Disney has their style. Right? So if you were to make somebody into a Disney character or a Smurf or somebody else, right? Like there'd be a certain style that would fit. If you love Smurfs and you made the Evan Carmichael Smurf, I would share that. That's amazing. It's like, we should turn this into a whole series, right? What does Evan Carmichael Smurf, look like? That's fantastic. But like maybe you hate the Smurfs. It doesn't matter. It's the idea of that you're mixing these things together. If you love dogs, what does the Evan Carmichael dog look like? Like telling believe to the other dogs and wearing the hoodie and whatever, right? Like that kind of style where now it's you become a class of your own.
Yeah, I've been doing that, but I've been doubting myself. Like I may be like going off the path of like the animation kind of thing because the anime has this kind of different like animation. So like
but you don't want to do animation.
Oh yeah, but is that okay? Like I want to have like an animation studio, but I'm only like an illustrate. Like I'm only like I'm not animating.
You want to be an illustrator. You may not. The long term goal may to be have like to have a studio, but like,
Yeah,
what's the steps to get there?
yeah. I'll
What
go
can you
with
start doing?
Illustrator first.
Yeah, so you start. So don't worry about animation. Just worry about illustrating and building a name for yourself. Because then you could
Okay.
build, like maybe your anime. The more you can mix the worlds, the better, right? Like if you were to do anime, and I haven't watched a lot of anime, so I don't have a ton of context on it. But
Sure, sure.
my niece is obsessed with it, so I can ask her for some help. But you know, there's probably very little motivation and speakers inside of anime. So how do you have a motivational anime? How do you have people like chasing their dreams in anime, you know, and bringing in guest speakers and learning and all that? Like, how do you make that fit inside the world of anime so it sits comfortably? Like it is an anime, but it starts to become its own class. And you could do storyboards, you could do comic books, right?
Yeah,
Just frames instead of having to do the whole
like the animation
series, right?
Yeah,
But the starting point of that could be, again, the Instagram people, thought leaders, right? The people that you like mix those worlds together without worrying about how do I have my own. You can't be thinking animation studio right now when you don't like animating.
yeah. Because like I've been consuming a lot of Gary Vee content, and like the ones like I enjoy that combination of like my passion and stuff. Like I've been drawing like anime Gary Vee, but that's but the thing that's stopping me is like the one that's like I'll go with internship with the animation studio. So that's been bothering me a lot. Like I don't have anything to offer with like the animation like companies or stuff, like the animation. So right now like you're giving me like somewhat like clarity for like starting off with an illustrator. Like it doesn't have to be like I'll go directly with the like the animation like
but wait, you don't want it. You don't want an animation internship because you don't want to animate.
Yeah, but
you'd be like, oh, I got an internship at this company, and then you're gonna hate
but I don't
your life because you'll be.
But I don't want to animate. Yeah, animate.
Yeah, you'll hate your life. So you need, if you're going to take an internship, it's got to be around illustrating. But I think you could learn, unless it's a small company. Like if you're working at a small company and you're going to get a lot of hands-on training, then it could be worth it. If you're working for some big company, an internship is almost useless. It's good for the resume to have I worked at this company, but in terms of what you actually learn, it's very minimal. You could learn a lot more by developing your own style. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because Gary is like always like saying about like brushing the floor of like an intern, like just getting in the field of like the ones that you want to have, like you want to work with. So it's been bothering me a lot, like the one I've been expressing before. So I will really just stick with my illustrating kind of stuff, like just what you've said. So yeah, thank you for that.
If you're to Gary's point, what he means is when he says brush the floor or get close to the sun, it's getting as close to the actual person, right? Like not some giant company. Like how do you actually get close to the person? So if it's a smaller company, if you're looking at a company that has 10 people in it, that's doing great illustrations or even animations, and you can get to work for the CEO, the founder, and learn from them, and you're going to get mentorship, that might be amazing. If it's taking an internship at some giant company where you're going to get no training or mentoring and have to do really crappy work for years, you're probably not going to get a lot of that situation.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking for somebody smaller who's like maybe 5 years or 10 years ahead of you, who you might be able to learn specifically from. and at the same time, start developing your style. I mean, you're already doing it because you're posting all sorts. And I love that you're posting, because a lot of people who don't know their style yet just don't post anything because they don't feel anything is good enough. Right? Like, oh,
Yeah, I didn't post
this
it.
isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. And I don't even know what I'm doing. That you're at least posting stuff, right? Like, okay, here's my next experiment, which is great. I love it, man.
Thank you.
So it's mixed. I love the idea of mixing anime with
K-pop,
illustration,
motivation,
or K-pop and motivation. It's like what would the motivation K-pop band look like?
Yeah.
And what songs? What songs are we singing? Right? You know.
Yeah.
And who's the ringleader and whatever. Like, that could be a fun comic book series. Whoever you're going to throw in there. If it's like me and Gary and Tony and Grant and Oprah started a K-pop band. Right? Like, what would we look like? What kind of makeup am I wearing? You know, all that kind of stuff could be, it's a fun mixing of the worlds that could be a whole series, right?
Yeah.
And once you develop your style and get really good at it, then people will pay you to say, hey, can you do me? I want to be a K-pop star. I want to be a Smurf. I want to be, you know, a Yoda, or I want to be like whatever the thing is that you end up doing. Can you make me? The number of people who ask me about my cartoons, right? To say, one, what software are you using? Like, I'm not as a human. Two, it's a human. Like, what company are you using? I want to hire them. It's like, she's on my team. This is somebody. It's like, she's part of my business, right? We're not selling this as a service, right? But you could sell yours as a service, right? So, but you have to start getting this style down now and start getting really good at that style to say, okay, I could take anybody and turn them into a K-pop star, or anybody and turn them into an anime character. And some people may not know what K-pop or anime are. Great. Don't worry about them. Don't try to convince them that anime is great. You want the people who know anime or like anime. Yeah, and they say, you can make me into an anime? Oh my gosh. How do I hire you? Right? I need 20 different pictures of me doing different things. Can you put me on stage, or can you put me with, right? And then you start to have a business.
Okay. Okay.
Look, Angela is saying, make me, I'll pay for it. Angela already wants to be turned into, what do you want, Angela? Do you want to be an anime character, or a Smurfette, or a K-pop star? Listen, why is there only one female Smurf? That makes no sense. I don't get it. We need to have more women Smurfs, I think, in the series. Yeah, but people, like, when they start to know that this is what you do, and they can start seeing examples, then they'll hire you to do it. Now you have a business. His choice, she says. She'll pay you for whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So so let's play with Angela. Angela wants to hire you to draw her. What do you, I mean, you know, Angela's a Movie Makers too, awesome human. I know you guys have connected before already. What would you want to turn Angela into? She says your choice.
Oh, yeah, I did like an anime with Angela already. Like I of course I can do like.
Okay, but that was like 6 months ago, right? That was a while ago. When did you do that Angela thing?
I think it was like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
I guess.
Okay, then I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still experimenting a lot with my art. Yeah, with my style.
Okay, so what did you do for Angela? You turned her into anime?
Yeah, I did her like the anime.
So what changes did you make to her compared to, like, if somebody, like, this one here is a very realistic Evan, right? It looks like a picture except for the ink blots at the bottom, right? So he didn't really make a lot of changes. What changes between Angela realistic versus your Angela K-pop?
Oh, like huge eyes, I don't know really. I'm just trying to draw her, but in cartoon kind of way.
Right. So what's different? Like bigger eyes? What do you change to somebody? Like, if you're going to do me, what do you do? Do you make my eyes bigger? Do you make my ears bigger? Does my head shrink, get bigger? Like, what do you, just so I get a sense, what would you do to make me different and more anime?
That's the thing that I'm gonna figure out, like, along the way, like my journey. Yeah,
Okay.
because
Well, that's what you play with. Because once you can have a repeatable style, then that's something you can start to get known for. And the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And then you could start to get paid for it.
yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and one more thing, like, like my whole day of this, like there are just days like where I am good with like I am like so productive, like I draw a lot, then but when I like my relationship with time and patience is just like really questionable, I guess. Because like every time like I'm drawing a lot, then after that, like if I'm not drawing, like my I just like tend to beat myself up. Like that's like my previous post, like my super latest post, like what I post today. Like I wrote like the don't beat yourself up. Like I just wrote it down, and I don't even have a caption of it because I was really down. Like there are just those days
But
where
wait,
I'm just
you beat yourself up for what? For not drawing?
yeah, and like my like I'm not like mapping my actions with my ambitions. Like I want to like my ambitions, like working with animation studios. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know that that's your actual ambition to work with an animation studio.
Oh no, like owning and like just being around, but I don't know what specifically I'm gonna do there yet. I just want to be around in the anime world, like the animation.
So you don't have to worry about having it all figured out, because you won't. Because you're gonna get it. You know that that's your intention, and you'll get there in a bunch of totally off way. Like if this is a thing that you love doing, and you're gonna wake up every day and turn somebody into an anime character and create some storyline, or maybe a cartoon for some, like a actual comic book for some of the people who want to go deeper with you, and that's what you get known for. Maybe maybe an anime studio calls you and says, "Hey, can you help us, like, bring some motivation into anime? Can you come and present at this anime conference or event that we've got coming up?" Like you start building a name for yourself, and then people start to recognize you, and then you get offered opportunities. Like,
Okay.
you know Brendan Burchard?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he helped.
I was helping him. I mean, I spoke at his events a couple of times, and then he messaged me a couple of months ago and says, "Hey, I want to partner with you on a project." Like, okay, and now we're joint venture partners on a project. But I never had it in my head that I'm going to partner with Brendan Burchard on a project. I'm out there.
Happened.
Well, but it happened because I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, you just focus on your own thing.
I'm posting. I'm serving. I'm helping. I mean, I helped. Now I helped him with some of his stuff. There's a lot of people I've helped with even more stuff who then never offered me anything, right? So you never know how it's going to play out. But that was not my intention or my ambition going in. I just wanted to help and do my thing. And when you do that, when you're serving, when you're creating, when you're putting out there, when you're getting good at what you do, things will happen. It just won't be in the order that you think it's going to happen. It won't be. But if that's your ambitions, I want to be in anime. There's a million ways for it to happen. Interning at some animation or anime studio where you're animating frame by frame, you don't want to do that. So so don't stress out about that. Go do your thing, and you'll end up in the world because you're great at something and people take notice of your talent.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if you're going to sleep tonight. It's already 2:30. You got it.
Yeah, that's the problem with like the movement makers, because it happens at night.
That's the problem. Yeah, you get too much energy.
Yeah, because like there's too much energy coming from the Zoom out, like the Zoom call. Then how am I going to sleep in this?
Yeah. That mix of the world is what you should do. So if it's motivation, I mean, you've already got an assignment from Angela. You just need to get good at the thing. And if you keep practicing, you keep doing different characters, you can get good. Like this time next month, you could be really, really, really good at drawing characters and turning them into anime. You could be really good at that. And then you could start to sell. I mean, you already have a client. So there's one. and you can start getting more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, Victor.
Thank you so much.
We love you, man. Make it happen. We want to see progress.
2:30 already. Okay. Thank you so much, Evan.
Having fun. All right. Much love. We'll see you soon, man. See you next week in Movement Makers. Okay. Have a good night. Believe.
Thank you.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
This is how to win on Clubhouse. That's something that I haven't seen people doing, so that's a way to kind of be at the forefront. Clubhouse has a couple of key roles. So role number one is